I don't know about her hair. She looks like sumo wrestler or something.
So my mom is the prototypical tiger parent. Her name is Jody, and she's from South Korea. She doesn't give hugs, but rather hard pats on the shoulder on a job well done. Growing up, if there was a theme in my household, it was this: you can do better. We didn't always have the best relationship. I was rebellious, got a couple B's in high school, and moved to Vegas with my professional poker playing boyfriend when I was 21. Not exactly the life she had in mind for me. But I'm 34 now, and when my mom said she was coming to visit this weekend from Michigan, I was determined to have a deeper understanding of who she is. And what do I know so far? She loves to eat Asian food. And since it's hard for her to find out in the country in the Midwest where she lives, we took her straight to H Mart.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
What'd you say?
Ding dong.
Mom, you're saying that looks like a ding dong?
I call that ding dong.
Why?
Because you know what it looks like. But it's chewy and it's good.
All right, Mom, we got your ding dongs. Let's get some kimchi.
Okay. Do you know anyone that you can give cat painting business cards?
Cat painting.
Cat painting business cards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can put it on social media.
We got to see all the Korean cooked food and we get to choose and pick.
Yeah.
And we love rice cake.
And look.
Yes. That's what we got. Yes.
Oh, tofu. Okay, let's go. All right. Ooh, okay, we're gonna try that. What's it called?
Ding dong.
Mom! Okay, so what had I learned so far? I learned that she started a pet painting side hustle and that she makes jokes about phallic-looking rice cakes. Ding dong. But there's something else I was curious about. A few years ago, she created a piece of artwork that gave me goosebumps. It depicted a farmer in a garden with a backdrop of a Korean skyline, which she said was inspired by a dream she had while growing up in an orphanage in Seoul. She wasn't adopted by my grandparents until she was 11 years old, just 2 years before aging out of the system. During my mom's trip, I asked her about this on 2 separate occasions, so forgive me if these 2 different shots are pieced together to tell this part of her story.
It was a lot of orphanage kids and had like 2 adults per room with probably like 8 orphan kids. Mm-hmm. And we all slept on the floor, and the adults were really mean, not very loving or caring. They go through kids' hair to see if there's lice, and if you had lice, you got in trouble. They start hitting you. It's like, you can't help it.
Yeah.
And then they shave your hair too. Seems like every night when we went to bed, we were hungry. And then there was one day, there were a few other orphan kids. We decided to go to this farm and to grab some vegetables. So we got to the farm. We decided to go crawling so no one could see us. And as we were ready to grab one, the farmer saw the bushes
Grab
moving.
what?
Eggplant. And the farmer saw us, saw the bushes moving, and then noticed, we were down in the ground. So he started yelling. So we had to run as fast as we could. So I ran all the way to the orphanage and hid inside the closet. I had the dream next day where, I wish that I could have a garden where I could grow any vegetables so I could never go hungry again.
And even when I asked about good memories, they seemed to end with bad ones.
Times when around Christmas time, American soldiers would come pick all the orphanage kids up and then put them in the truck and take us to their place, and they fed us, we had dinner, and they gave us all the orphanage kids Christmas gift, And I was so happy and excited that I got a gift, and I opened it. It was really pretty blonde-haired doll. And that was basically the first toy I had. Maybe I was like 8 years old. I thought I would have that doll forever, but it disappeared after a couple of days. Maybe actually one day. And I was so sad.
Where'd it go?
I think someone must have taken it away from me while I was sleeping.
Oh, like
Yeah.
another kid?
Probably an older kid that took care of us. I'm sure they probably took it to get money. And they said that I would have much better life in America. Everything's made out of gold. So I wanted to come to America, so I prayed a lot.
So in 1975, she was adopted by my grandparents, who also adopted another little girl 2 years later, who is my Aunt Shawn. At age 20, my mom had me. Thinking about how often I cried as a child about not getting toys now makes me feel so ashamed. I had it so good. A few years later, she married my stepdad, whose last name I have, and had my 2 incredibly beautiful, kind, smart sisters. My stepdad and she aren't together anymore, but they're super mature and totally still get along. I understand now that she didn't know how to hug us because no one hugged her, but we're teaching her, by the way. And I understand now that there are parts of who I am that I love because of her. Like, I buy way too much food when feeding people, and I'm super, super weird and goofy.
Babe.
And I understand that behind every tiger parent is a desire for their child to live a better life than they had. What I'm most proud of her for is that she's made her dream come true. She now has her very own garden.
I'm gonna walk you to my garden. I have basically everything growing here. I even have flowers. I have poppies growing here. I have some potatoes. I definitely have to have hot peppers. And I got some watermelon. And I also have lots of corn, so it's almost as tall as me. And I got about 50 tomato plants. And I got some cucumbers here. Look, I found one. It's all ready to be picked. And I got some zucchinis. That's it.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. And if you happen to have a parent you've learned from, perhaps a tiger parent, leave the lesson in the comments below. I'll be back every week with new videos, so please consider liking and subscribing. And if you happen to want to check out my mom's paintings, her pet portraits, you can find them at paintingsbyjody.art. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.